You have no idea the amount of ignorance we're about to get into right now.
Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Black on Black Cinema. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
Hey.
And Terrence.
What's up?
All right, guys, we're back. This is episode 119, A Girl Like Grace. This is the 2015 drama, I guess, that no one's heard of. You can watch this movie on Amazon Prime if you are a member, or you can rent it, obviously. It's directed by Ty Hodges and starring Meagan Good, Raven-Symoné, Garcelle Beauvais, and Ryan Destiny and Paige Hurd. Oh, and Romeo Miller is in this movie.
Oh shit. Ty Hodges. No, I just looked up Ty Hodges, and the person that directed it was her friend.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we did this movie, and I will, since last time I started with Terrence, I'll start with Micah this time because you chose this. So, you know what? Let me give the premise first. Raised by a single mother, a bullied 17-year-old girl seeks guidance from her best friend and that girl's older sister. So, Micah, what did you think about this movie since you picked it?
Yeah, I picked it. I picked it because I saw the trailer and I thought, well, so we taped two of these, right? And this was before I had seen. What had happened was
That's not a good start.
Before I had seen Tales from the Hood, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be stupid. Like, let's do a semi-serious movie for the next one, right? So I was looking, and I was like, oh, you know what? Let me go to Amazon and see if I can find something that we can watch, because we always go to Netflix and we never go to Amazon. And I wouldn't go to Amazon for video looking for movies like this anymore, because it gave me this, and I didn't like this. I didn't care for this at all. This is a movie.
Well, hold on. You had a choice between this, Plug Love, and Thought Processes. And you chose this one. Arguably,
I mean,
titles alone, this one makes more sense.
I mean, I kind of want to do Thought Process instead of this, but it is what it is. This is a movie about a girl, a young woman, who's friends with another young woman, is coming of age and trying to figure out her sexuality, has to deal with her mother, who is a woman, and has a new best friend who is a woman. And this movie is written by two dudes, and it shows.
Oh, is that what happened
Yeah.
Yeah.
This movie is directed by a dude and written by that dude and another dude. And I presume they're straight. I don't know. I'm going to assume they are, because this movie is what two straight dudes who have all the best intentions in the world think life for a teenage girl is.
That's fair. I think that's a fair point.
And that is a detriment to. I'm not saying dudes can't do this. I'm saying
you guys are young too.
Yeah. And they don't know shit about shit.
Like, they're our age.
Right. And we don't know shit. Right. And
What are you
like,
listening to us for?
be like us writing a movie about a 17-year-old girl.
Yeah, that's not gonna.
That's not going to work.
I don't understand teenage people at all.
Right.
Any of you.
And I don't think
men or women, you're all crazy.
this story has the best of intentions, but I think it is muddled. I think
you think?
Yeah, like there's one section in here that I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, get over yourself. Like, you are not some superstar filmmaker. This is just a mess. This is a mess of editing. The performances, okay. One character has a complete 180 turn, which I don't. No, not in the context of the story. Doesn't make sense to me.
Okay, I'm interested to hear who is that character, by the way.
The main character.
You think she has a 180 turn?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
After one scene.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't say I agreed or disagreed. I'll let you know my thoughts in a moment.
This is the best. The best I can give it is a 2.
Okay.
And that's just because they found Garcelle Beauvais before she was in Spider-Man Homecoming, right? Like they gave her a job.
They snatched her up for that.
They gave her a job, and it employs a lot of black people. I really didn't care for this movie, man. I thought this movie was very up its own ass. I did, man. I didn't really care for this movie, and some of the decisions that people made in this movie just didn't make sense.
Okay, that's fair. Terrence, would you like to go, or you want me to go?
Sure, I'll go.
Okay.
I don't think I hated it as much as you did. But
no. Jesus Christ.
I think part of it is because I picked it. So now my pride is hurt a little bit.
Yeah, maybe.
You don't want to be blamed throughout this entire episode for this?
Yeah, I had several issues with this movie. The biggest one being the editing.
Yeah, man.
Like there were sections of this movie. I was like, it just went to black, and I'm like, what the fuck? What are we doing?
Commercial.
Like, literally, this was like a made-for-TV movie almost.
Yeah.
And it just cut to black, and I'm like, I don't know what that means. And so it goes to a different section, and we're in a totally different part of the movie. I'm like, okay. The acting was fine. I think Garcelle, I didn't know she could speak Haitian. What was that? French. That was kind of hot.
Which,
but
it's funny that you say that because
her name is Garcelle Beauvais.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, it's funny that you said I didn't know she could speak Haitian, and we corrected you to say French because the people in the movie don't know what language they speak.
Yeah, because they both said Haitian.
She was like, "What language is that?"
She was like,
"She's Haitian." Oh, okay,
right. They didn't know.
So,
I burst out laughing. That was so funny. I was like, y'all didn't know. And the thing is, y'all didn't know. And then you didn't try to learn and then go back and re-record that scene. Nah,
like, you didn't even ask the actress, what language are you speaking?
All right.
But they subtitled it.
Yeah, they did. They did
Oh,
subtitle
shit.
it. They had a French company.
There wasn't necessarily a resolution at the end. Shit just happened. And I guess it's kind of like, hey,
that's life.
That's basically what they were saying. That's what what's her name said in the movie. She's like, that's just life. You just fucking do it and you move on. It didn't make sense. Like there was, like you said, like she did a 180 at the drop of a fucking dime. I'm like, what the fuck? What? What are we?
This character that was established in this movie all the way up until that point.
The third act.
Right.
No.
And then I thought, well, we'll get to it when we get to it in the story. But I thought something that, maybe they were trying to get a different type of message across, and I'm like, well, this is fucked up. So I'll elaborate more when we get to it.
Like I didn't get it. Like the movie just didn't make sense to me. I didn't necessarily hate it. I just didn't get it, and I don't think the niggas that wrote it got it either.
No,
they just wrote a bunch of nonsense and filmed it, and it's like, hey, this is what happens with 17-year-old girls because shit happens.
Because I know from experience. Oh wait,
no, I don't.
I
don't even have a 17-year-old daughter because I'm 31 years old.
Probably don't even have a 17-year-old sister.
Maybe not.
So I don't even know what the fuck I'd give it, to be honest with you. I don't know. I think we're going to go through the movie because I was just kind of like, what? that was my reaction by the end of the movie. I was like, what? What happened?
All right, now tell us. You're the bougie one of our
what did you
group.
think?
Tell us why this movie. Tell us why this movie is a fucking masterpiece.
I didn't think it was a masterpiece. I thought masterpiece is too light of a word, really. No, I certainly didn't hate it as much as you did. Although I found your review to be hilarious. I would probably give it a 2.5. It's somewhere between a 2.5 and a 3, honestly. what I did like about the movie is, in the end, Terrence is right. Like, it sort of leaves things open, right? My view of that character by the end, Ryan Destiny's character, Grace, there is no revelation about her sexuality, I thought, which I thought was kind of an interesting thing, right? Because in the end, I thought, I mean, can we spoil the reveal, right? Like, her friend kills herself, right? Like, you find it out sort of maybe
It's like
early on.
definitively, but you find out definitively about halfway through the movie, right? Because everyone's like, she's not here.
She's
Ooh.
weird. I'm like,
Yeah, she's
what
weird.
the fuck are you? Why is she weird?
Because she's
That was
dressed.
the other thing.
Well, because she's just, I mean, that's high school shit. She's
Is
just
it?
dressed different. She's, yeah, she's
Still?
dressed differently. Yeah, people are dumb. Again, we need to establish that we're three thinking people, and high school people, idiots. Like, when you're in high school, you're an idiot. And that's fine. You grow out of it, hopefully. But I felt like the end of the story wasn't so much that her friend killed herself because she was embarrassed by what happened in school, but that she was rejected by Grace, who in that one pivotal scene in the movie, in the flashback, was like, are you in love with me? And Grace didn't respond. And I felt like that was the moment, because if you watch the movie and you look at how they juxtapose those scenes of showing her actual suicide, it was right after that scene. And I think she was distraught because Grace didn't accept
Yeah, I mean,
her.
I got that.
Right, but to me, by the end, like, you weren't sure, like, to me, it seemed like Grace had taken a 180 with, like, all of a sudden she's like, oh, I'm gonna, like, fuck all these guys, or, like, fuck around with these guys and everything else. That compared to, like, was she in love with this girl? Like, is she a lesbian? Is she straight? Is she bisexual? By the end, I don't think you really know, which I thought was.
I thought
that was
that
interesting.
was the
I don't
main
think that was
point
the
of the
point.
movie. To be honest with you,
Right.
I don't think that was a major part of the movie.
I don't think her sexuality. I don't think everything revolved around.
No,
her
I don't
sexuality.
think everything revolved, but I thought
It's
that,
a plot point. Sure.
yeah. But I think
Just
it's
like
actually,
Romeo is a plot point.
but I don't think it was,
Was
the
he?
main point.
I mean,
Yeah, I didn't even understand.
he's the reason why she took that 180,
Yeah,
in my opinion.
and that
Yeah,
part.
well,
and then
yeah, more or
after
less.
that, I was like,
right.
what
No,
the fuck
I mean,
happened? Like,
look,
after that scene, I'm like, what the fuck happened the next day in school? I'm like, what are we doing here? Like, maybe because I just don't understand kids anymore.
I think that's probably
I think
true.
this is probably why I just did not understand half of this fucking movie.
Yeah, but
I just didn't.
But like I understood the movie. I thought just fine. I mean, there's a whole idea of just being ostracized and stuff like that in high school, which I can certainly understand.
Oh, I get that.
I'm sure you do. We talked
100%.
about, yeah, you got jumped a number of times in high school. As we established. But yeah, I thought it was okay. I thought it was a pretty decent movie. Not amazing. I thought some of the performances were better than others. I thought that the choice of actresses to play certain younger roles seemed a little ludicrous.
That's so ludicrous.
I don't know what you mean, but it's fine. Garcelle Beauvais.
I thought she was pretty good.
I thought she was probably one of the stronger actresses in the movie. Yeah, look, Meagan Good was fine, like really fine, but this is not a movie to show off Meagan Good's any level of acting.
No.
And again, while Meagan Good looks young, because I know it's Meagan Good, I'm like, this is ridiculous that you're in this movie.
38
How old is
years
she
old.
supposed to be?
She's like my age.
Yeah, she was born in 81. She's like 60 months younger than me.
Yeah, like,
So
and she's supposed to be like,
I don't know.
someone in
I
her
don't know.
early
I have
20s.
no idea how old she's supposed to be.
She's supposed to probably be in her early 20s.
She's her friend's older sister.
Right, but she can't be like in her 30s, because what are you doing hanging out with a 17-year-old, right? Like,
Yeah,
she can't be
I
that far
guess.
out of the high school world, but she also has her own place and her own car, and she's drinking, although that may be legal or not legal. I don't know.
I didn't know. I didn't understand. I had no idea how old she was supposed to be.
Yeah, I thought it was okay. The flashbacks between Grace and Andrea, I thought were like pretty decently done. I thought Paige Hurd, who played Andrea, even though she doesn't have a lot of screen time, I thought she was pretty good. So yeah, I just thought it was okay. It was 2.5.
We open with a shot of Grace drowning out the domestic violence that's going on in her home by looking at a television with static on it.
You chose this movie.
Y'all accepted it.
Look, I didn't know what the fuck was. Like I said, I still don't know what happened in this movie.
Terrence is still confused.
So she's drowning out the domestic violence, and we see Garcelle Beauvais' character Lisa in an argument with Saber from American Gladiators, and he fucking cold cocks her and shit. And she eggs him on, and he cold cocks her.
What'd she say? You're a bitch of a man or some shit like that. I was
Some
like,
shit like that.
don't do that. Not that is grounds for getting punched. I'm just saying, like, scumbag niggas will hit you over shit like that.
Right. And that dude, you're lucky that dude took his metal arms off. Because he was
Closure. Closure will have to get the fuck out of here.
And yeah, she I guess Lisa murders him with a frying pan, with a cast iron skillet.
Pretty much.
I mean, that's what I got from it, right? Like that she murdered him.
She murked him.
Well, I mean, did we ever see him again?
Murked that nigga. Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Death by skillet, man.
Yeah,
Death by
I
skillet.
was not expecting that because, like, he finishes like beating her up in the bedroom and he walks out and he says to Grace, he's like, "Your mother is a beautiful woman, but I hope you don't grow up to be like her." And I was like, "Oh, well, that was like the nicest thing a scumbag dude could ever say." And then all of a sudden it was like, "Gling!" And then he fucking got knocked out with a fucking frying pan. I was like, "Yo,
Is he alive? I'm like, is he dead?
yo, she killed this dude."
We flash forward now, and Grace is 17 years old, and she's in her senior year, going to her senior year in high school, and she's socially awkward. She doesn't really have a place, right? I think some people out there know what that's like, myself included.
This guy. This guy.
I mean, you know, it is what it is.
What happened?
Look at me now. I'm on the internet.
Congratulations. It's definitely not where anybody could be.
We flash forward to her English class, and Grace recognizes the teacher's aide. The teacher's aide's name is Matt, played by the director of this movie. He tries to chat with her about the events of the past summer, but Grace is like, "Nah, I don't want to talk about it, bruh."
Like, not at all.
Not at all. I'm going to go through this thing relatively briskly. So if there is something that you want to talk about, feel free to stop me.
We're already like fucking 10 minutes into the movie.
Yep. Yep, that's the type of pace that we're going to be having in this film.
Speed.
The principal, she says something about bullying. She says we have 0 tolerance for bullying because of what happened in the previous year.
Right.
Right.
I guess.
No, it was. It was definitely.
You don't
has
find
to
out
be
about that until later on in the movie, but okay.
Right. You don't know why that's significant until later on in the movie, and then by then you've probably forgotten about it. That throwaway line. So what was the point of having it there in the first place?
So she goes and talks to her to the friend, and I guess those 3 were friends. I've been friends. But is he no longer a senior? Is he supposed to be in college?
He's 1 year out.
He's 1 year out. He is supposed to be in college, but he tells them that he's saving up money
Because he couldn't afford to go to whatever college he wanted to go to.
Right, but in actuality, we'll get to that later. So we soon find out through hearsay, rumors around the school, that Grace is a lesbian or is bisexual, one of the two.
And that makes her weird in this day and age. That's bullshit. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
like
in
that doesn't
2015,
make sense to me.
In 2015, like
No.
that don't make you.
Are they supposed to be in like LA or something?
Mississippi?
Oh, it's Mississippi?
I think it is Mississippi.
Oh, well, then that makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Not so sure. That's
I think it's Mississippi. I'm quite frankly, I'm
She's
not
got a
positive.
Gulfport shirt on.
yeah.
So this is Mississippi.
All right, there you go.
No one has an accent. Cool. Okay, continue.
There you go. Not a one. No one has a Southern accent.
Romeo does.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he's hiding it.
Yeah.
Where's he from? Louisiana?
Yeah.
I'll make you say, I don't know. Where the fuck is that from? Na town. Oh, who knows? That ain't good shit. That nigga looks just like his father, dude. Like, shit is bizarre. It's just bizarre to me. Dude.
Oh shit.
Oh, so this takes place in. Okay, well, you never could have fooled me. I didn't know.
I thought it was like maybe L.A. because they were going to the beach. But are they going to the beach in the Gulf?
Okay.
Sorry, Mississippi listeners. I'm getting that water, man. This seems like a bad idea.
After school, Grace thanks Matt for a ride home. Matt says that, Andrea, their mutual friend, would have wanted it this way. And Grace basically tells Matt that, stop trying to talk to me because things,
She's a piece of shit to him.
Like, fuck off, nigga. Like,
things,
okay, cool. Thanks.
things will
You're
never.
welcome for the ride?
Right. But things will never be the same. So just, get the fuck out of here. Like, all right, well.
Sorry.
At this point, we find out that Andrea has passed away. We don't know why,
Right.
but we know she's gone. At her house, Grace's electricity is turned off. So she has to go visit the diner where her mom works to tell her that the electricity is turned off and she wants to get something to eat.
So this isn't the first time you meet Grace's mother, but watching this movie with my wife, like Grace's mom is was it Lisa?
Yeah.
She's always like hitting on men, right? Like, because look, Garcelle Beauvais or whatever the fuck, however you pronounce her last name, is a very, very good looking woman. Like she just is.
Yeah.
And she still looks, and she still looks great. But in this movie, she's just kind of scummy, right?
Oh,
Kind of?
yeah.
I mean, yeah. My wife, who did not know who she was as an actress, I'm like, it's obviously Fancy from the Jamie Foxx show. Like, what's wrong with you? Oh, right, you're not black. I get it. That's how. These are the moments I am quickly reminded of my wife's heritage, and so, like, she was like, she's just gross, like. Ugh. Like every time she came on screen, because she's always like, I'll suck your dick for a nigga, type of shit. It's just like, ugh. So she's a horrible mother. Like my wife had a completely visceral reaction to that character. And yeah, she gets her a burger and then she's like, meet me outside 15 minutes. I'm like, damn, like,
can I eat? Like, Jesus Christ.
It's like, it's your food, bitch.
So,
okay.
this fine ass woman.
She speaks Haitian. I mean, we discussed this.
Yeah,
The language of Haitian.
This fine ass woman comes in after cursing out somebody.
Son of a bitch.
The woman her name is Cher, played by Meagan Good. Would you like to guess how that name is spelled?
Thank you. This is it. That was exactly the thing before we record. I was like, what the fuck?
wait. What?
Would you like to guess how Cher is spelled?
Yo,
name?
if it's Share, I swear to God, yo. Is that how it's spelled?
Like share,
Nigga.
share, like. And they make a point. They make a point about her name a number of times.
Yeah, because she kept calling her like Sharon or some shit
Yeah.
like that. She's like, Share. Yo, get the fuck out. I didn't know.
I didn't know that until recently.
Are you serious?
Share.
Okay. Is there some kind of significance to that?
Well, I mean,
Maybe
look at her character.
Right.
I'm saying. Maybe Garcelle Bouvier's character should have been named Cher. If I had to make a guess.
Okay.
So Cher is Andrea's big sister. Cher sits down and shares a conversation with Grace. And they sort of hit it off, and Cher wants to share her contact information with Grace.
Please stop using that word.
Nope. Because that's why they named her that. That's why they named her that.
Don't do that.
Holy shit.
Lisa gets off work.
Christ.
Like you couldn't even spell it CHER. Like it's a homonym. Like we'll get it, right? Whatever. Lisa gets off work and she goes over to this John's house, and she's Grace eavesdropper asking for money from the dude. Basically she's like, oh hey, you know, my electricity turned off, baby. How about you hook me up with some money? And dude is like, how about you hook me up with some pussy? And she's like, all right, but later. Basically.
Hey, how much is that bill?
Oh,
no, look,
shit.
I'm nobody's sponsor. I'm not giving you money. Get out of here.
So Lisa,
I'd be like, yeah, let's do it first.
depends on your performance.
Yeah, like, oh, your light.
I tip on merit.
Right, like, oh, your light's still off. I mean, sorry. Still got great legs.
Lisa drops Grace off, and she goes on a date with Ray Lewis in a cowboy hat. His name is Chad.
Yo, who is this nigga? Yo? I've seen him before.
Nigga. Yo, it's a country ass Joe Torre, yo. Oh man. Yo, are people really? Yo, this dude looks like a missing member of the Gap Band. Get out of here.
It's like a fucking broke ass Aaron Neville.
His goatee bothered me. I thought it was Charlie Wilson. For real. I didn't know who the fuck he was.
There's no way this guy does not play lead guitar in some sort of fucking go-go band in DC. It's impossible. It's impossible for me to believe he does.
I didn't know who the fuck this dude. I'm like, I recognize this guy from something, but I don't know what.
Well, if you're on IMDb, the character's name is Chad.
And I'm still looking, trying to find.
So Clyde
Jones is his name.
Chad is trying to holler at Garcelle.
Yo, this dude wasn't coming to America. He was the Soul Globe man.
Really?
That's what it says.
I think they might be racist. On IMDb.
He was also on Get On Up. Yeah. Wow. Okay.
So Chad is over here talking to Garcelle or Lisa, and they don't, you know, and his phone rings. And Garcelle was like, "Oh, is that your wife, nigga?"
Yeah,
like,
yo, she was calling him out hard as shit.
Yeah, like, yo, like you're supposed to like have your phone off or on silent or whatever.
Yo.
Anyway.
It is him.
It is, dude. That's what I'm just looking up. Yo, it's him.
That's he was mad. Well, it was 88. It was fucking 30 something
yeah,
years ago.
Yeah,
yo,
30 years ago.
Crazy. It's him. It's his face. No goatee.
Yo.
Oh wow.
Yo, it
God
is him.
damn.
Yo, it's the dude
Get
from the Soul.
fuck out of here.
That's his greatest role.
Cannot believe that.
Wow. That's hilarious.
Holy shit.
Also
Wow.
silky smooth. Yo, this is. Oh my god. It is him, yo. That is too good.
Oh my goodness.
All right, I will never forget that. I refuse to forget it. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Micah.
Lisa is pissed off and she makes a big scene and she storms off.
Okay, here was my thing about this scene that I thought was really odd. She goes super hard at this dude when his phone rings, but even before it rings, she starts talking real fucking like froggy to this dude, and she's like, if you think that, because he's like, oh, you know, we get a hotel tonight, you know, he's like, you know, you can rub my hair and I'll rub yours and shit. And she's like, oh, you think all that like smooth talking compliments gonna work, gonna get you some ass? You better open that wallet. I was like, you seem like you're a little too honest in your behavior. Like, come on, man. Like, lie to me, Jerry. Lie to me. Like that.
I'm not gonna pass up a seafood. Then I was like, okay,
I mean, it's not that great.
Proud gold digger, huh?
like fucking Red Lobster.
Right.
Biscuits.
Get a
Yeah.
All right.
dry ass cheddar biscuit.
Yeah, like I just thought, and they kind of went out of their way to make her look really shitty in this scene.
Yeah.
Like it, like
Yeah.
if I'm sitting
The
across from
lighting
this
is
woman,
fucked up.
like if I'm sitting across from this woman, she like, I'm not gonna give him an opportunity to have a seafood dinner. I'd be like, cool, pay for it yourself, and I walk the fuck out.
Like, I'm just gonna pay for my hat. Fuck you.
Yeah, like I'm out, and then I would tip my cowboy hat, and, put it back on.
Yo, I cannot unsee that Soul Glow commercial now. Yo, this is fucking bothersome.
It's amazing. That's his greatest
crazy.
role. That's his greatest role. Get out of here.
Lisa makes a scene. She storms off, and then she stumbles.
She yelled at a white woman too. She, shut the fuck up. You date him.
Right, the white woman was like, "We're trying to eat it. Shut the fuck up, bitch!" Like, oh, all right.
Seafood
Shutting up.
dinner, nigga.
Lisa stumbles home into bed with Grace and tells her to never trust a man. I guess that comes into play later.
Except for this man who paid for this electric bill, girl.
Right.
This money.
At school, the English teacher pulls Grace aside. Well, he gives...
Hold on a second. In light of who the directors and the writers are, yeah, they really do a hell of a job in painting women in like really fucked up lights.
Yeah.
Not just being tone deaf about like young women, which is an obvious thing, which actually, in fairness to them, isn't all that surprising. But just the general tone deafness of how women behave or how fucked up they portray them is kind of wild.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Because it's written by two dudes
Yeah.
who don't know shit about women.
Open up your wallet, nigga. Like, God.
Look, I'm sure there are women out there who act like Garcelle Beauvais' character.
But most gold diggers don't. They're way slicker.
Most gold diggers are a little like they're like Hooters girls, right? Like they pretend to be your friend in order to get the money from
Hey,
you.
honey. Like, get the fuck away from me. You want to piss me off? Tell me to meet you for dinner at Hooters. No, fuck off.
I've been to Hooters once. It was
I
not
went to
an
Hooters
experience
one
that I
time in
wanted to
fucking
go to
Towson. I
again.
was like, I don't like any of this.
What the fuck is the big deal?
I don't get it. Their
Shitty wings
are terrible.
Yo, the wings are fucking horrible.
The wings are bad. The women are annoying. Like, look, if I'm gonna go to a place where women are gonna be all over me, trying to get me to give them bigger tips, why don't I just go to a strip club? The fuck am I going to eat your shitty food? The fuck out of here. At least at a strip club, you'll be naked. Like, what
At
am I
some
watching
point.
you in whatever idea of some creepy dude in the 1970s thought hot women dress like? Fucking control top hose, shorts, and a fucking low-cut top? Yeah, and slouch socks from 1985? What are you doing? Old Reeboks? What the fuck are you talking about? It doesn't really do it for me.
Yeah, I wasn't amused. I wasn't entertained.
Oh, your slouch socks are down. Oh, that's pretty hot. Get out of here. No.
At school,
Stupid.
the English teacher,
What are we halfway through the movie?
Hey, nigga, slow down.
Like,
if there's something that you want to talk about, feel free.
Okay. Like, can we slow down a little bit? Like, it's like, she dead. It came over. I'm trying to speed through your mistake. Get out of here.
shit.
At school, the English teacher gives everybody an assignment. Says, write a poem about your life. And these fucking stupid ass kids are like, no, all right. Like,
But
nigga,
okay, that
right.
also doesn't make sense. They're in an AP English class. These
Yeah,
are the
these are the
English
brightest.
nerds.
Right.
And they're just like, oh, schoolwork fucking sucks.
I mean, to be fair, I was in AP and I didn't really, because I was good in English somehow. I don't know how to fuck that. Like Baltimore school system. I was in AP English, but I didn't want to do any fucking work.
You weren't excited about writing poems about yourself?
No, not at all.
I don't know the fuck.
I just knew the English language.
I just thought I would put that out there into the ether and see when we come back. Terrence,
man.
read some poetry about yourself. Go fuck yourself. The end.
That's not the structure of a haiku.
Suck my dick. I hate being here today. Fuck you, everyone. I don't know. I don't know the structure of a haiku. 12, 5, and 9. I don't know.
It's 575.
It's very fucking stupid. Anyway.
The after class, the English teacher pulls Grace aside and he's like, "Hey, I heard about you. I hear you're real smart."
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
That's what he says.
That's what he said.
That's what he
It was
says.
fucking creepy, dude. I agree with Micah. It was super weird. I hear you're really smart. Is this the part where you're trying to fuck me? Like, I don't understand what is going on. Like I with all these sexual allegations in Hollywood, I see everything through that lens. I'm like, this dude's trying to fuck a kid, dude. Like, don't do that.
Right.
Speak quickly, my guy. Like, just get the sentence out. Hey, I hear you're very smart. See, that doesn't sound creepy. I hear
She's
you're
like,
very smart.
She's like,
come on, dog.
how do you know that? She's like, I got my connections. Like, ew, nigga. Like, what the fuck? Like,
what connection?
I need an adult.
Yeah, I didn't care for his. I didn't care for his cadence at all.
Yeah, I didn't like it at all. So he basically is like, hey, what colleges have you applied to? And then we get a flashback.
So, like Mr. Feeney, I can also apply to those same colleges.
We get a
It was creepy, dude. Mr.
That
Feeney
was
was
very
a fucking
fucking weird.
pedophile, dude.
You just follow this goddamn students at college with.
Nah,
That's not cool, dog.
don't do
I
that.
know Topanga was very attractive, but slow your roll. Or maybe you want Corey. Who knows?
probably wanted Corey.
He was
man.
following Corey. Get out of there.
Grace says she isn't going to college, and we get a flashback of her and Andrea talking about college. And Andrea looks very different from the first time we saw her. You know, like her personality, her sense of style is coming out, and it's, you know, it's like punk. You know what I mean?
Punk goth or whatever.
Afro punk. Or whatever.
Afro punk, yeah.
We have a clip of the next scene. Grace and Matt are walking down the hall when they are confronted by Mary and her crew of mean girls.
I would just like to point out, pay attention to the music in this because they have their own theme music.
Yeah, they do. And I was like, what the fuck is this stupid shit? Like, you know.
So we have that clip. We'll play that and we'll come right back.
So, Grace, you're really planning on not going to college anymore? I mean, that doesn't make any sense.
Well, you're not.
Grace, listen. I'm really sorry about your friend Andrea. It must be really hard for you not to have your best friend around anymore. You guys were really connected at the hip.
You know, Mary, knock it off.
Matt, get a life. You're not even supposed to be here or in this conversation.
Yeah, dude, get your shit together.
Aren't you supposed to be in college or something?
Yeah, don't worry about me.
I'm afraid I am. Seems like someone here is obsessed with our little Miss Grace. Like I was saying, I know you think I had something to do with it, but I didn't.
Well, if you didn't, then why did you even have to say that?
Because I know you think I had something to do with it.
And she had nothing to do with it.
Preach. It's okay, Grace. You'll find yourself another girlfriend. There are plenty of lesbians at our school.
She's such a bitch.
Okay, so there you go.
That dialogue. I mean, it's not good. Like, it's not.
I like their theme music.
I know you think I had something to do with it. Well, I didn't have anything to do with it. Well, then why did you bring it up? Like, even the fucking characters in the fucking thing are pointing out how stupid the dialogue is.
So one.
Because I know you think I had something to do with it.
Preach, bitch.
Oh, okay then.
So a couple of things. Raven-Symoné, way too old to be playing.
Yo, Raven-Symoné looks 45 years old in this scene. I don't know if it's the makeup or what, but she looks.
The makeup
she
is
looks-
very harsh.
It is not flattering her at all.
Yeah, she's not a bad looking girl. She looks bad.
Like,
there.
you can tell she's got a gang of foundation on her face.
Yeah,
It's just-
man.
Doesn't look good.
So I'm watching this with my wife, and she said one of the most ignorant ass things I've ever heard her say in the many years I've known her. She goes, Raven-Symoné is a high school student? I thought she would have been the mother. Yeah. And one, she said that shit multiple times. She was like, why isn't she the mother in this movie? She's too old. She is. She's like 38 years old.
Oh,
or 36, I think. She's 36.
No,
she's 31.
She's 31.
Right, she's 31 now.
Yeah, she was 29. So yeah,
29 in what?
She could have had a child.
29 in what years? Dog years? Maybe it's the makeup.
Technically, she could have had a child that's like 14.
Yeah. But no.
But not
She's-
17.
she's-
Very possible. But
I mean, it's possible. That's super fucked up. But yeah, I was like, well, that seems
that
rude.
seems fucked up.
Wow.
Yeah, she looks old in this movie.
Yeah,
She looks like a very old woman trying to play someone in high school.
yeah.
Which
Like
is-
it's super obvious. Like, and also look, the blue lipstick. Let's just
Like
stop that.
Meagan Good would have been a better high school student than
She could have pulled it off.
she could have, and she's older.
Yeah, because Meagan Good is like 36.
Yeah.
That's whose age I was mixing up. But I mean, arguably, when looking at them, it makes more sense that they should be the opposite.
Yeah.
Ooh, boy.
We get a quick scene of Meagan Good visiting her grandma, who is just kind of sitting there.
Oh, she doesn't speak.
Yeah, she doesn't
She's
speak.
sick.
She's on her last legs, and Meagan Good feels bad about it.
Did we skip the part when Meagan Good shows up at the diner, or did you say that already?
I said that already.
Yeah, he was going at lightning speed.
Jesus Christ!
We get a scene of a quick shot of what the fuck is this girl's name? The main character, Grace.
It's in the title.
We get a quick shot of Grace writing in her little diary when Meagan Good. This is at night, and Meagan Good comes up, and she wants to pick up Grace so that they can hang out. Lisa's sitting there speaking Haitian on the phone, and she asks Cher to share if she is a lesbian. Because Grace needs to meet some boys and have some fun.
Yeah, that's a fucked up way to look at life. Like, and be careful what you ask for, because like that comes to bite her in her ass
Right.
later, obviously.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
probably the most subtle thing about this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Is that
Meagan
they
Good
set
looks-
that up.
Yeah, Meagan Good is in the scene, guys.
Meagan Good is fine, yo.
Yeah, she's a 10.
Yeah.
She's a 10.
So Cher
That's it. I don't really have anything else to say about that. She's
yeah.
gorgeous. Like she just is.
Cher assures Lisa that she is not a lesbian. So,
That's too bad.
calm down, mom.
I'm sure your daughter can fuck as many dirty dick niggas in Mississippi as she can find.
Cher takes Grace to spy on her man Billy.
That guy is what's his real name?
Oh, this is the scene where she was like,
Blair
what language
Redford?
was she speaking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Haitian.
She's Haitian.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, so Billy, played by Blair Redford, is John Proudstar, aka Thunderbird on The Gifted.
Yeah.
He's a mutant.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I haven't seen that show.
you haven't missed much.
I've heard
Good.
people say good things about that.
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh, well.
Is he really Native
People like
American?
Gotham too. Is he?
I'm asking.
Blair Redford.
What's his real name?
Blair Redford?
Blair Redford?
It doesn't look like that. That doesn't sound like it at all.
No. That would be like, oh yeah, Robert Redford is
Robert Redford is Native American. Everyone knows this. This kid's probably he probably is Robert Redford's son. Secretly.
He is of Irish, French, German, and Native American descent.
Ah, there you go.
Probably like
no,
1%.
don't count. we're all a little bit of
Yeah.
Native American.
Nah,
Get the fuck out
not
of here.
me. I'm 100%.
Well, I'm 100% Native American. I don't know what you're talking about. I am not black.
Thank you, Waka. Look at my black grandmother.
Okay.
Okay.
Cher shares the location of Billy
Shut up, yo.
with Grace.
Fuck off.
They are it turns out Billy was just having a poker night and with his boys, and she was spying on him. And since they're there, the two girls just kind of crash. While they're there,
Nah, get out. I can't have a night with me and my friends, and then it's like Meagan Good. She's like, I want to stay. I'll be like, all right, you right.
Okay, you cool. You can stay.
All right, y'all niggas get out.
right?
Bye.
So we get another flashback with Andrea and Grace. This flashback is prompted by the fact that the guys at the poker table offer Grace some weed, and she's like, "No, thank you." And Cher's like, "You don't want to share in this weed, or drugs are bad, right?" And she's like,
Yeah, this movie makes
bitch.
Meagan Good look like a horrendous actress.
"Oh yeah,
Like her
Yeah.
dialogue is awful.
really, really bad."
Yeah.
I don't get this movie. I don't.
Meagan Good's in it.
That's cool.
Like in this scene specifically.
Yeah, those pants were very,
Pants, top, everything. Anyway.
very.
Look,
They were very flattering.
back at school. Sorry, I had to skip ahead. I had to skip ahead to something unattractive, like these four girls wearing these pink jackets, shaking and gyrating and talking about popping their cherry.
Yo, okay.
What?
Yo, this was not a sanctioned cheerleading event. Because these four girls are dirtbags, Like
What's
eat,
what
pop
happened?
that cherry. I was like, yo, did the principal sign off on this? This shit is not acceptable behavior.
Like work that cherry, work it to the beat. Now pop that cherry, make it feel sweet.
And then they were talking
They're in
about
the gym, just sitting on the sideline, just doing cheers for no reason.
Guys, I don't think those are sanctioned cheerleader uniforms.
No, these
I
are
don't
these are
think
just
so either.
general high school hookers, man. Get out of here.
What was the point?
I think Raven-Symoné was like, I still got it. Let me show you. And they were like,
Like you didn't give me enough screen time. I'm just gonna add this in there because fuck it, why not?
she was like, remember when I was in? All right, that's not so
Like
bad.
was she?
Okay, I'm okay with it. But this white girl is ruining it. She's fucking awful.
Look,
this is
they
like-
even say it in the movie.
Yeah,
like,
she was like-
"You fucked up, white girl."
She was like, "You're not putting your all into it." She's like, "Commit, bitch, commit," which I thought was hilarious. It was funny. I mean, she's not wrong. Like that white girl was not putting any effort.
So was she trying to get Romeo's attention? Is that what the?
I mean, I feel like that's probably part of it. I mean, the problem was like they didn't really say that, or they didn't really show that. Also, I noticed that Raven-Symoné doesn't really drop down all that low. Is it because she's got old lady knees? Because she's 48 years old in this fucking movie. She was just like, pop that chair. Like she's just like, just right here. Just right here. Yeah, I don't want to go down too low. The other girls are all down on the ground and shit.
So yeah, they're at school and everybody's in the gymnasium, and Grace is playing volleyball, and all of a sudden the new guy, Jason, played by Romeo Miller, he comes in,
It's Master P Jr. Junior P.
he comes up to Grace, and he's trying to holler at her, and Mary and the Mean Girls. Mary and the Mean Girls catch wind of this, and Mary does not like it. Next, we get a scene of.
Well, hold on. So,
Go ahead.
just slow down. So, Lil Romeo, is he still Lil Romeo? Or is he just he's Romeo
I
now?
think he's just Romeo now.
Is it Romeo or is he just being an
I'm
asshole?
just being a dick.
Okay. That nigga looks just like his father. That holy shit, it's crazy. So he's like, he goes up and talks to Grace. They do a really good job. I don't know if it's that their acting isn't very good, but they do the awkward teenager thing very well. I would say, like, and I think it's probably because Lil Romeo is not that great of an actor,
Right.
and I don't think he's really confident as an actor because he hasn't done that much stuff. But it comes off as like this like nervous teenager trying to talk to this girl. It actually works really well in this scene.
It's bad acting.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah,
but it comes off. I think it comes off as remotely genuine here, just because of the situation.
Yeah. Are you ready to move on?
Fuck you. Go ahead.
No, look. Honestly, because I'm almost through my first page of notes.
Oh, we're at 50 minutes. Go ahead.
All right, good. We get a scene of.
She did.
Immediately after the awkward, cute, meet cute, we get a scene of Romeo taking a piss.
Oh, that's always what I like to see in movies.
Yep, Romeo taking a piss and not peeing.
Gloves.
Yeah, and exercise gloves. For
Which
some
I was
strange
like,
reason.
Okay.
Do you still go and do pull-ups in them, dog? You go wash your hands. He's like just pouring water over it.
He didn't wash his hands.
Oh, little Romeo, you're weird, man.
Romeo and his friend are talking about Grace, and Matt overhears it, and Matt comes up, and Matt is pissed because that's his friend or whatever, right? And Matt is like, look, Jason, if you want to get to know Grace, maybe you should talk to her and not listen to these knuckleheads.
Yeah, but hold on.
Yo, this short nigga think he's so. No,
but you know what the funny thing is? He fucking like bucked at the guy, and the guy was like, "Oh shit!" You got me.
Which shows the level of bitch in that fucking tall dude. Cause this goofball looking motherfucker ain't gonna be bucking at me.
Why? Because of the clothes he's wearing?
Because the fact that I'm a foot taller than him. Fuck that. I'm a heightist.
Nah. The director was right. Showed this guy up, proving that tall people are nothing but height. You have nothing else.
Okay.
Yeah, just hollow, cowardly losers. That's all I'm saying. That's right. Yeah.
How many fights you been in?
Enough.
What is it?
How many fights you won?
I've won every fight I've ever been in. I've never lost a fight. I also haven't fought since I was like in 8th grade. So, in fairness to me, like that's not really that telling. But because I'm more of a problem solver than a punching person.
As am I, but sometimes
I don't believe that
at all.
No one believes that.
It's true.
How many fights have you been in since you were 18?
You had to think about it. Like
Since I was 18?
Since you were 20. Because you're well out of high school. How many fights you been in?
if the answer is more than 0, you got a fucking problem.
Yeah, dude, get out of here. Unless you do MMA on the side.
Fuck you. It's like 2 or 3.
Yo, you a grown ass man. Use your words.
I did. And they didn't work.
Nigga, I said stop fucking with me.
I did.
How many since you've been in your 30s?
None.
No,
Literally, my last fight was like 12 years ago. Dude.
Oh, okay.
It was a very long time ago. I've been in a fight in a very long time.
I ain't been in a fight since middle school.
Yeah, see? That's what I'm saying.
Okay. I've won some and lost some.
I am 1-1. I know what it's like to win, and I know what it's like to get my ass whooped. And you know what? Everybody needs to experience that at one point in their life.
Oh, yeah. I've won all my fights. That doesn't mean I didn't get punched in the face. Yeah.
It changes your life.
Yeah.
Yep.
How do you know anything about yourself if you've never been in a fight?
That's why Fight Club is one of my favorite movies.
It is. That's why it's one of my favorites. Because that shit is true to life.
True as shit. Like, you get hit in your mouth.
You're like, I don't need
you
this.
learn a lot about yourself. You get punched in the face. Like, bam. Oh, Jesus Christ. That shit hurt. Okay, you know what? I don't like any of that.
Next time,
I don't need that shit to happen.
Next time, I'll use my words. I will not be a habitual line crosser. That's what it teaches you not to.
Oh, man.
I'd have beat that tall dude up right in that bathroom. Fuck that. But the short dude got so mad he littered, which I didn't appreciate.
He just threw his fucking. He just threw it on the floor. I'm like, I'm sure there's a trash can.
I was
in the
like, dude,
bathroom.
like I said it out loud last night when I watched it. I was like, why did he litter? Like, it's unacceptable. I get you're upset, but they're like, come on, man. There are better things to do.
Next we see Lisa at the welfare office for the second time.
Yeah, she's trying to get food stamps. And now she's trying to pretend to be like she got Indian in her family.
Yeah, she's trying to get some dick stamps too.
Well, I would argue she is successful.
She has a type. Fucking big bald-headed black dudes.
Huh?
So she finds out that
there's nothing about me that I would consider to be big. Like, I mean, it's fine. But as far as regular, normal human size, this guy looks like great value Kobe Bryant.
Some would say you look like the great value.
Some have said.
So right in that one.
Yeah,
he sure did. Yeah.
Fucking set it up.
That's what we call a comedy alley-oop.
Yeah, no kidding.
So yeah, she's getting food stamps.
She was like, yes. She got hype.
She got super hype.
Yeah,
getting
nigga,
them
I'm
food stamps,
hungry.
boy.
I get it.
Kobe Bryant was like, I got you. Is this your phone number?
Yeah.
He's like, is this
He's
right?
like,
I'm like, every digit. I'm like, well, I could fuck right here if you want.
Right, like I don't even know.
Ain't no windows.
Like, I got a shitty job. Ain't no windows here. Click. That's fine.
So we have another clip. This is Grace having another vision about Andrea.
All right, we'll play that and then we'll come right back.
It's just not fair.
What do you mean it's not fair?
Everybody's always making fun of me about everything. About the way I look, who I am. I just feel like I don't fit in. Sometimes I wish I could just disappear.
No, Andrea, don't talk like that.
What's the point of being here if no one sees me for me?
I see you for who you are. I'm your best friend.
Bryce, do you think I'm beautiful? It's okay. You can be honest with me.
Yes, I do. I think you're beautiful.
Do you?
Grace! Hey, what are you doing?
So I clipped this out because this is these two young actresses are probably the best acting that the two of them are doing in the movie, in my opinion. They feel real. Like this conversation is the only conversation that feels real. And I attribute that mostly towards the actresses delivering the lines and not the lines that they're reading.
Yeah, it feels like it could have possibly, some of it could have been possibly ad-libbed.
Yeah.
Just because they would know what it's like to be a teenage girl more than anybody else in the production of this movie.
Yeah, the two dudes in their late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So when Lisa comes in, she startles Grace out of her vision. But towards the tail end of that vision, Grace was moving in to kiss Andrea. So the two of them have a really awkward conversation.
The mom and
the mom
Grace.
and Grace.
The mom is drunk.
The mom is like drinking vodka, and it's clearly daytime. I mean, look, I don't know much about drinking, but I do know that people who drink tend to not drink when the sun is out.
I mean, day drinking is a thing, but it's like, don't do that all the time. Like, I got things to do.
Yeah.
Chores and shit.
And, this woman is just a shitty mom. And she doesn't treat Grace like a daughter. She treats her like a friend. And if I know anything, is that your parents aren't your friends, they aren't your pals, they aren't your buddies, they're your parents.
It's fact. Well, should be. I think parents only need to say that when their kids are pieces of shit and don't know how to not be criminals. But, whatever. It's fine.
Hey, it worked.
Did it.
Yeah, I don't steal anymore.
Okay.
Shares.
Certainly not Candy and a Trapper Keeper, but
No.
you've upgraded to digital theft.
Oh, I don't even do that anymore. No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
When?
How much porn have you downloaded onto your computer?
I've a moratorium on that. Yeah, trying to have a baby, man. Can't be tainted with all the images of black man, white woman porn. I want this baby. to be...
So you only gave up one category. I got it. I see you. I see you, dog. I see you. That's all right, man. That's fair. So black only. I get it, man. Look, black love is important. It's important.
Shares a car ride with Grace to a porn shop. Speaking of porn,
You're welcome. That was my segue.
To look for a job. So, she's trying to get a job at the local movie sales.
Yo, this this guy running this porn shop is hilarious to me because they come in and they're like, "Oh, look at these videos! Oh shit! Like this is bisexual, men and women." They got an incest section, which I thought was just kind of curious. But then they go up to the dude, this like skeevy looking, Crocodile Dundee looking guy,
Frank Miller.
Oh shit!
Yeah, he kind of looks like Frank Miller to me, man.
Damn, that ain't right. But fuck Frank Miller. So how about that? So they talk to him, and he's like, "Look,
He asked, have you ever worked in the entertainment business
right?
before?
Thank
I was
you.
like,
you don't work in the
you work in
entertainment-
a fucking porn shop.
You work at a distribution center, man. What the fuck?
It's barely over a warehouse. Right. It's barely above a warehouse. I just thought that was funny. You ever worked in the entertainment industry? Like, all right, slow your roll. You think mighty highly of yourself there, Batman. Calm down.
Well, he's trying to see how smart she is. Maybe she can get on the casting couch. Like, I could put you in a movie, and then I can draw a picture of you and have it look ugly because I'm Frank Miller.
I'm a good writer, but I draw all women that look like male prostitutes with wigs. Frank Miller's art sucks.
After the job interview, they
You ever been in a porn shop? That was a stupid.
Who the fuck are you talking to?
How dare you?
The fuck were we just talking about like fucking 20 times?
Yeah, but that's on the internet. That's the anonymity.
Well,
of the internet.
that's how you do it nowadays. Nowadays, I can't be seen going into a porn shop.
I've only been in a couple of times, and I'm immediately uncomfortable because I feel like you're supposed to be, and then after a while, I'm like, I'm totally fine.
Yeah, like when you first go in, it's like
you don't want anyone to see you walk in.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like
not even like the guy behind the counter. Like, let me just walk in, get what I got to get, and then
I'll just leave the dollar or something.
Right. Exactly.
That's funny.
But then, like you said, all right, fuck it. Who
Like
cares?
after you're in there, it's kind of like, why would they judge me?
they're working. They're working here.
Yeah, scumbag. Out of here. There's a black leather couch over there. I'm good. Good. Ew. Probably needs to be burned. It's
So
like a plantation house in the South.
after the job interview, they run into Jason at the mall.
Does she get the job?
She does eventually.
Gave her the job too.
Shares an invitation with Jason to go hang out with him.
I'm gonna need you to stop doing that.
Why did they name that character that name and spell it that way? I don't know. Cut to Lisa in Lingerie.
You're an asshole.
Fucking Cowboy Ray Lewis shows up
Fucking Cowboy Curtis.
with flowers and champagne, and then we cut to him heading south of the border to munch on her taco while when the phone rings, and all of a sudden when the phone rings, Lisa tells him to get off her, but Much like the real Ray Lewis, he's obstinate and he refuses, stating that I'm gonna finish what I started
In my city.
in my city. Not saying that Ray Lewis is a rapist, just a murderer.
Allegedly.
Cher.
This is the worst. By the way, this is the worst oral scene of all time, right? Because the camera is shooting. Like this is some textbook bad filmmaking. Because he's supposed to be going down on her, which is a perfectly fine thing. But the shot is his nose.
Yeah, it's right here.
It's right here, and he's doing this. Like it just looks weird.
Like that's not a.
I was like, how far is her vagina from your face? Because it seems to me that her vagina would be just the way the world works is where my laptop screen is to where my face is now. And you're like, does it feel good? Like, no, you're not doing it. Is it in yet? No, it's not. You're not doing anything, Cowboy Curtis. You're not doing anything. He should have left the hat on, though.
He should have.
Yeah, it would have given him a little bit
Would've
more
been funny.
credibility.
Yeah, I don't know what this was about.
Yeah, he may as well have been sucking a dick. Like he was he was a little bit far. He was kind of far away from the kill
There's
zone.
a little
right
too
there.
much distance, man. There's a little too much
That's-
distance. And also, her face is not one of enjoyment. She look, she's just like, oh, it's like, just hurry up, nigga. God damn. Like you know that's just my leg. Right? And he's like, oh, sorry, my phone rang. And then he was like, I'm gonna rape you. Right? Is that the implication here?
Yeah, that's what I got from it.
Yeah, that's what
But,
I got.
like- It doesn't. I like,
And this is what I'm saying. Like
it
these two-
doesn't, because the editing is so piss poor. This is actually a thing that really pissed me off. The editing is so piss poor. I don't know whether or not that scene is as serious as it is. Right? If it's rape,
it just
it
cuts
should.
to black.
Right? He's just like, not my
I'm gonna
city,
finish what I started.
Shannon. And then it cuts, and so you can't.
And then
quite tell if
it's
this,
never spoken of again.
Right. So you can't tell the level of serious to it. And look, it's rape. Like, if you're going to put that scene in the movie, let us know how serious it is.
It should have weight to it.
Right. And it didn't have any weight to it. And that's actually a real
These
problem.
guys throw rape around like it's like the catch-all. Like they're zombies. Everybody hates zombies. So
Everybody hates rapists.
right. But
Well, I would argue that part is true, but in the secondary, that is the worst phrasing, but in the secondary rape in this movie, it's taken, it has weight, right? Like, because
That one does, yeah.
because they actually keep on the scene, right? Where they didn't just fade it out and then just go to black. But this one, if the implication is that she got raped, I assume that it is. That was the implication
you
I got.
don't even have to linger. But if you're going to throw rape in your movie, like it has to have weight. The second rape has weight to it because there are consequences because of it.
Right.
This one is completely throwaway. So what was the point of it being there? What was the point of that entire scene of her in her lingerie, him
Sucking a
not knowing
dick.
how to, and then
Fucking a metaphorical dick.
and then him raping her? There was absolutely no point
I
to
don't know.
it.
Again, I don't.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
And you can't just throw rape out there like that, man. Like that's disrespectful on so many different levels.
Yeah.
If you had a female consultant on there, they might have been able to tell you that. Dummy.
I mean, like that. I hate to say it, but actually, I don't hate to say it. Like that's a part of rape culture, right? Is to show something like that is such a significant thing, but it's easy to be dismissed because it doesn't have weight to it.
Right.
So people just like, yeah, whatever. I mean, she got raped or didn't get raped. I don't know. I don't give a fuck.
Right. That's how we show that these guys are bad.
Right. Which is,
Like, all right.
I'm not saying that you can't have it in a movie. Some people have that viewpoint, which I don't agree with. But if you're gonna do it, it's such a serious topic. You got to lend some level of serious credence to it. Like you have to.
Right.
Doesn't have to be a violent, brutal thing where it's just like, oh, I want to look away kind of shit. But you got to give it some fucking weight.
And
She
even-
should have talked about it to her daughter or something. How about this? That could have been a thing that they commiserated on after the shit happened to her,
Right.
they could have been like, look, this has happened to me. It's horrible. This is why I have the views I have. I'm sorry that I'm, the way I am.
This is
but
why I told you don't never trust men.
Right. Like you could have had something like
But
that.
they treat that second rape. They I don't think they handle the resolution of the second rape well either.
No, it's almost done as a psych egg in a lot of ways.
Right. It's just this movie's fucking bad, man. It is, man. I
can't believe you chose it.
Grace, God damn it. Grace takes Cher takes Grace and Jason to a party that Mary and the Mean Girls are at also, and Grace and Jason they dance, and Grace has a little flashback.
I did not care for this scene.
The
Party?
Yeah. The dancing with Little Romeo felt really creepy to me because he kept pulling her towards him, like when she was clearly pulling away, which I thought was a little rapey. Like it was a little weird. But then she's clearly not quite comfortable with it. Because like even her eye contact and shit is just kind of like, and he's just like, no, touch my cock, like just touch it, please.
Right.
My dad said I could do this.
He's got that song from RL playing in his head and shit.
What song?
Too Close.
That's Jagged Edge, right?
No, that's
The hell is RL?
Next.
Next, I don't know.
RL was the name of one of the dudes. You don't remember that song?
Yeah, I know what
I
you're
got a
talking
little
about.
push coming
Yeah,
through.
I got a little poke coming through on you.
That's
I never knew the name of the
I only know the name of the one guy because he's the one that sings. Everyone else is
And his
just
name
like
is
the
RL?
Pips. Yeah.
R.L. Stein, the
Might
guy
as
from
well-
Goosebumps.
Might as well be.
Cool, the guy from Goosebumps. Who knew?
The guy from Goosebumps dry humps chicks at clubs.
I mean, who doesn't? We've all done it.
So at school, Jason asks Grace out on a date.
Why is he dressed like an American flag?
Mississippi.
He's got on blue sleeves with stars, a white shirt, red hat. All right, nigga, just calm down. You way
Red
too
hat that
paid.
says Rome on it. Wait, is that his clothing line?
Oh shit!
Yo, does that dude have a clothing line? I need somebody to tell me if Romeo has a clothing line called Rome. Because if he does, fuck this movie. I might just go home.
RomeEverything.com. That it? I think that might be it.
Yo. Because this is not the first time somebody has worn this. You know what I mean? Like his boy came in and I'm like, yo, what the hell? Like this dude is wearing a matching shirt and hat.
Yeah, dog. That's
yo, come on, yo.
Yeah, this is his.
All right. Yeah, well, if you thought I was going fast before, you ain't seen. Hold on tight.
How much are these clothes? This crop top hoodie is $50. It's actually, his clothes aren't that expensive for the garbage that you're getting. I'm gonna wear a sweatshirt that says "God got me." Oh well, I don't think so. I don't think that's what's gonna happen.
Yo, I ain't wearing nothing with a lion on it. that's Hotep adjacent, bro. Can't do it.
Textually speaking, this is too much. God got me, you.
Jason asked Grace out on a date.
I'm buying one of these sweatshirts. Fuck y'all.
Matt awkwardly leaves, and Grace, you see Grace opening up to him a little bit, and she accepts. We cut to Cher celebrating the fact that she got the job at the porn place.
Sad.
So we're gonna cut to Jason and Grace at a bonfire on a beach in Mississippi. And Mary confronts them. Mary's like, hey, drop that zero and get with a hero.
Yeah, I was like, all right, this dialogue is fucking trash. It got really bad. I think Raven-Symoné wrote this scene. Get the fuck out of here.
So they blow Mary and the Mean Girls off, right? Jason kisses Grace, and they're having a good time.
You know what's funny in this movie? They try. Who is this white dude trying to dance with Meagan Good? Please stop. Like they do a kind of a terrible job of trying to make Grace to look like this kind of homely girl. Like she's a really pretty girl, and like it slowly gets revealed before she takes her crazy like 180, and it's like, oh, they do the thing in like movies. They're like, just wear glasses. Oh, look how ugly she is. I'm like, no, she's like really pretty. Like you can't hide it. It's just kind of like breaking through slowly as.
Which is why I didn't understand. Like they had this whole subplot about like being pretty. Like her mother is very pretty. Yeah. Her friend was actually very attractive. She's attractive. Meagan Good is attractive. Like they're all very beautiful women, but like that's not enough. Right. Is that what the movie was trying to get at? Like I don't get it.
I don't think it's. I mean, I think like that's
pretty is not the only thing. Like that's not important. I guess is what they were trying to say by the end of this, but
it didn't come
off
right
well at all. I don't understand the fucking. I don't get it.
I mean, again, I think what I got from this movie is that men are in fact garbage because every dude except for her friend,
the one that actually gave a shit about her,
every other dude,
even him was kind of like, I'm only here because I want to fuck you,
right?
When all is said and done.
But
like,
you know what? I take that back. Correction. Men, in fact, in this entire movie are garbage. Every last one of them. So, I mean, a credit to the directors. You made a hashtag men are trash movie.
Yeah. And they stumbled into it.
Yeah. Like, I feel like this movie, in going through it, might have stumbled into things more than it was on purpose.
Yeah.
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 I mean, those things are still there at the end, but I don't think they were like, oh, let's just write this part is definitely going to be in there. We're fucking nail this.
Much like Chadwick Boseman's accent. This nigga just made shit up to make it sound like it was a lot more intelligent than it was.
Yeah. I knew that face.
Speaking of which, I don't. Sorry about this fucking movie, but people that have already listened, that have like read that article, I wanted to make it like less of like I didn't want it to be tainted by European.
I did not want it to be European influence.
He's speaking English. Your wife just brought it up. He's speaking English,
right? And she brought that up because that's all the European influence you need to know. You speaking English, nigga. You're not speaking Wakandan.
That's funny.
Yo.
We were like, oh shit.
That shit blew my mind, yo. That's why she's a doctor, yo.
Well, she does have it. She did do her minor in African American studies.
Yeah, there you go.
So
that should have me fucking roll. Yeah, okay. All right. Not everything has to be deep. Sorry.
Yeah, it really doesn't.
Right.
Like I don't actually need a justification for your accent. You're from Africa. You would have an African accent.
You would have an African accent, and you did the same accent in Message from the King. That's why I was like, I call bullshit, nigga. Yeah. Like, no, that's not why you did it. That's the only thing you can come up with because that's your African accent.
Yeah, what, were you gonna make up a made up? Were you gonna speak a made up Klingon language? Like, no.
Use your James Brown accent.
Like, no, come on, dog.
Like, if you really wanted to get deep, you would have made up a fucking language, and we would have had to subtitle it.
Right.
That would
all of them.
That would have been pretty fucking serious. Like, wow, they took this movie to heart. Which is, look, I don't like reading when I go to the movies. That's why I go to the movies. All right? So just say it in English, Chadwick. I don't care if you have a Brooklyn accent. I don't give a fuck. You look cool in the suit and you're kicking ass. That's all I care about.
Michael B. Jordan got a Brooklyn accent. He's from Wakanda.
Yeah, he was like, yo, what up?
He was like, I'm going to burn it down, son. Like, fuck it.
What's up, dog? What part of Africa you from?
Northeast
Africa. Like,
from East Africa, son.
I'm from East Side, son. Like, where? From Brooklyn.
Like, oh.
I'm from Wakanda by way of Brooklyn, New York. Okay.
Oh God.
After the bonfire,
Denzel Washington could be in that movie. Get the fuck out of here. Could have done it.
After the bonfire, Jason and Grace have sex on the beach.
No.
They do not?
No, they do.
Yeah.
No. Sex on the beach is awful.
Yeah.
I don't need sand.
Fucking sand. It's
sand
coarse,
crabs up my
and
ass.
It gets everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Yeah, sand is terrible.
No, that is not. Oh, it's so hot. They named a drink after it. No. Fucking on the beach is not comfortable. Get out of here.
Next
Go to
day-
a bed.
Next
God
day,
invented beds for a reason.
Grace finds a little extra salsa on her taco, and she has a flashback.
Please don't.
Look, man, I had to do something to try and keep myself entertained. She has a flashback of Andrea recounting the story of Andrea losing her virginity. So Romeo has told somebody that he fucked Grace.
Smash, nigga.
And Grace is being made fun of by Mary at school for losing her virginity.
Again, what the fuck are we doing here? You had sex.
Ha! You got dick, and I didn't.
From the guy I wanted to fuck the whole time.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, and look, you telling me 64-year-old Raven-Symoné hasn't had sex before? Fuck out of here.
All right, now look, people, these next scenes are all over the place. I was watching this shit and I did not know what the fuck was going on because we have present day flashbacks within flashbacks, and then they're all just kind of mingling around. I'm going to try my best to walk you through it. Just know that this is a piece of shit ass filmmaking right here. Who was the editor of this movie? They failed.
Yeah, they were saying with sandy, ashy hose. Like,
What?
what does that mean?
Well, because she
walks past Romeo, and he's just like,
So
I didn't understand any of this.
So Andrea's made fun of by Mary. Well, so this is a flashback, right? We get to a flashback of Andrea being made fun of by Mary, and she gets into a fight with her. Then we cut to present day where Mary pushes Grace into a swimming pool. Then we flash back to Andrea yelling at Grace saying, "How could you? How could you?" And then Grace says, "Who cares what they think?" And Andrea says, "It's because I promised Mary." And then Grace is soaking wet from being pushed in the pool. And then we intercut with a flashback of Andrea making out with Mary. Intercut another flashback of Grace asking how Andrea could keep something like this from her. And Andrea says, because Grace wasn't being real with her. It's like, you ain't being real with me and you ain't being real with yourself. So I had to fuck Mary? Or make out with Mary?
No, I don't.
And then why did you tell her? And then, huh? What?
Like, who told who what? I don't even.
Okay,
swear to
let me
God,
see if I can.
I didn't understand.
This was,
whole
in
section.
fairness, you are 100% right. This was super convoluted.
This was a mess.
Yeah, it was all over the place. So let me see if I can dissect and sort of figure out what happened. I think.
I would like to know.
So I think, and who knows? I think the idea was that Andrea had actually had a situation, because remember there was a number of times in the
she
movie
was texting someone, but she would never tell.
and
her
she was
who
like, "Is it a
texting.
guy?" And she was like, "Yeah, it's a guy," which was like,
Okay,
like, wow, you seem like really adamant that's a guy. Wink, wink, it's not a guy. I think that was Raven-Symoné.
Yeah, it was her.
Right?
I got that.
Yeah.
Right. They were actually making out, which also puts that whole response, why the response was so over the fucking top, of like, oh, there's plenty of lesbians at the school, like all that crazy high school shit. Because actually she was totally into this girl, right?
Right.
But I think what happened was they were making out and having a good time. Then Andrea told Raven-Symoné, hey, I'm actually in love with Grace. She goes to Grace and's like, aren't you in love with me? Grace rejects her. Then all that shit comes out, which is why Raven-Symoné and Grace were fighting because I think she was like, you're trying to take my girl or some shit like that. And they beat the shit out of each other.
Grace and Raven-Symoné were fighting because she pushed her ass in the pool. And she was
was that in the
"Fuck
modern
that."
day?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was already
All right,
wet
then I
by
have
that
no idea
time.
what the fuck you're talking about. I don't know.
Like, yeah, that fight happened
That fight
in
was
the present.
in the present.
Okay. Well, that's
'Cause
fair.
She went into the bathroom and just beat the shit out of her because she threw her in a pool.
Yeah. I mean, look,
but
that's
the
justified.
fight previous when
Wasn't there a
when-
previous fight though?
No, that was between
between Mary and Andrea.
Andrea, yeah, and
which
that
one's
was
Mary?
in the bathroom.
Mary is Raven-symoné.
Mary is Raven. And they got in a fight. I don't know.
This is
if
like
they-
us trying to discuss Metal Gear Solid.
Like, I don't.
Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Fucking guns of the Patriot. This bitch. Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. But
This
they
is
got in a
Big
fight
Boss.
last
Snake
year.
eater.
I guess she got in a fight, and that's when I guess after that fight. But what the fuck did Grace say to who? What did she say?
Right. Did Grace
Who did she say what to?
Did Grace tell people that Andrea and Mary were fucking?
No.
Because that wouldn't make
That doesn't
sense.
make sense.
No, because everybody would still be all over Mary about that.
But then why was Andrea mad at Grace?
Yeah.
Because she said, "How could you? I told you and I trusted you."
Right, and then she kills herself. But if that was the case,
but
then
maybe-
everybody would have already known why the fuck she ended up killing herself.
Right, but maybe so Jesus Christ. Maybe the thing that Grace told someone else was that Andrea lost her virginity to whatever guy. That could be what it is. Right? So that's not a connection to Mary, which would keep that sort of situation.
How could you? Okay,
But then why did Mary beat up Andrea?
Because she thinks that she was trying to take away Andrea from her.
or she thinks
Or
that, or
Grace.
she,
Wait,
Or
so
she-
Mary liked Grace?
or
I
Mary,
don't know anymore. I honestly don't know.
or Mary beat up Andrea because Grace told everyone that Andrea had sex with a guy. It got back to Mary, and Mary was like, "Oh, you cheating on me with a guy? Well, I'm gonna whoop your ass."
Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
That's a lot of assumptions that we're making.
Yeah, no, that's fucking bullshit.
That's some
like we have to think that's what that.
right.
They didn't.
This is some black dynamite levels of leapings of logic that we are doing here, all to try and make sense
And
of
Mary
this
spelled backwards
stupid
is
movie.
Miram.
Which is the Hebrew word for like, all right.
for cheating. I don't know what the fuck. Like, this doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Yeah,
Like, this whole sequence was stupid.
it was too much.
Yeah.
It was too much.
It was too much. It
and
was
I like
all
to
over
think
the place.
all three of us are pretty smart people that we couldn't figure out what the fuck.
Someone else to
I
watch
literally
this.
forgot who Mary was in the middle of that conversation. I was like, wait, who is that? Is that Meagan Good? I thought she was out of high school. Like, I don't know anymore.
This shit is. But look, basically, all that ends with a scene of Andrea slitting her wrists in a bathtub.
Yeah.
Or just pouring ketchup packets on her arm, as it looked like to me.
God, I got a headache, man.
What is was this more difficult to follow, or 1 times 2 being?
Oh no, that math shit is just wrong. Like, fuck that. That's why I'm mad. That shit is just wrong. And somebody is telling me that it's right and I'm wrong. No, nigga. Like that's like me telling you your name is Leroy. Like, no, it isn't. Like, yeah, it is Leroy. Like, what the fuck is your problem, Leroy? Like, stop fucking calling me Leroy. like that shit is just wrong. So anyway. Look, we got a clip of Grace opening up,
shit.
of Grace sharing her feelings with Cher.
Thank you very much. All right, we'll play that clip and we'll come right back.
Oh no, it just happened.
What happened? The fight or the sex?
The fight, the sex, both.
You know what, my dear? That is what you call life.
It just happened. How can you do that? I want to kill him.
I told you about this, guys. I told you that. I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you. Come on. You have to laugh at stuff like this, or else it's gonna eat you up.
I don't know what to do.
You know what, Grace, if I had let people judge me, if I had judged myself for everything that I did in Vegas, I probably would have ended up going crazy. I probably would have done the same thing that Andrea did. Hey, in this life, you're alone. You have to fight your own battles. And sometimes, you just gotta say, fuck it. Fuck it!
So, what did you think about this piece of advice? I kind of think like this is just some shitty advice from an older sister.
No, it's awful. It's
That's
awful.
life.
That's life? No.
Oh,
What?
well.
How about break that nigga's kneecaps? I don't know. Like, what the fuck? Look, I mean, what are you gonna do? Like, if you're, allow me to impart a little bit of advice to the young women listening. If you are going to have sex with a guy, we gonna tell somebody, because that's what we do. You gotta tell somebody.
Yeah.
Because look, we do. And look, I'm not trying to be a dick. Women do too. It's just that in high school, dudes are definitely going to be bragging about that shit high-fiving with their friends.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Guys will. Because look, you know how long and hard dudes work to get laid? Yeah, they're going to tell their friends, it happened, nigga. It finally happened. She let me touch her vagina. It was amazing. Yeah, even if they didn't do very well. It doesn't matter. Like, that is classic scumbag young guy things. Yeah, it is. Older people tend to, you keep it low. I mean, it's not like when we're like around, like, yeah, so did you hit it? Like, and how hard did you hit it? Like, no, that's ridiculous, right? We just asked the first question. No, but yeah. Facts. But yeah, like that's high school. But at the same time, if I had a daughter or a younger sister, I wouldn't just be like, that's life. Nah, fuck that. No. In fairness, Meagan Good's character makes up for it later by going over the top. But yeah. Okay. But again, that's almost playing like a psych act, which drives me crazy.
We get a montage of Grace and Cher hanging out at the porn store. One scene in particular of Cher chasing Grace around with a dildo.
Yeah, it was just fun.
It's just funny. Now that Grace has had sex, she seems to be a totally different person. And this is where the 180 comes in. And this is not cool. Like this, to me, the filmmakers are saying that this woman, this young lady who has been a certain way throughout the entire thing, once she had sex and was, I guess, embarrassed by it, now, instead of swearing off sex, she's like, well, you know what? I'm going to be a fucking whore. And that just doesn't seem believable within the rules of this movie.
No, it doesn't. Do you think that you changed after you had sex?
Well, it wasn't that long ago. I mean, I was pretty fully formed in my fucking 20s. So,
Jesus Christ.
So no, I don't think I've changed.
I mean, did
at
you
all.
change on your wedding night at all?
No, I was relieved that
I was implying that you were a virgin on your wedding night.
Oh, no, not at all. No. I wish I did wait till my wedding night because my sexual experiences weren't that great prior to it. So,
yeah, well, it's unfortunate for you.
Yep. Like she had one out and one in. Like it was very.
Not your wife. You're talking about.
No. I'm talking about Kelly with an I. That's what I'm talking about. Listen to Airing of Grievances. You can hear all about Kelly with an I.
Share with an SH.
I didn't change.
No, you didn't change at all?
No.
We should probably be asking a woman this because that's how guys think women are, right? Oh, she got the dick. Now she's a whore now, bro.
This is so fucking dumb.
Yo, they really are, yo.
That's what I'm saying. Look,
that's why they shouldn't write movies like this.
Look, that's I stand by my life's view of this. Men are fucking idiots. Women are crazy. Men are fucking morons. They are. But like that logic that you're joking about is 100% true.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, she gave it up, so she'll give it up to anybody. That's not how that works.
No, that is definitely not how it works.
No.
What the fuck? Like that shit just pissed me off, man. God, this movie's bad, man.
Yeah, it is a very young man's view of teenage girls, which is bizarre.
Grace stumbles in the house to find Lisa there with her food stamp Santa Claus.
You're skipping a part though. So before that, she goes out to the club. Like she's out at the club.
Oh yeah.
And she meets
Patrick.
This guy reminds me of somebody, and I can't put my finger on it.
It might be me because I used to have a shirt like that. I straight up had a shirt like that, and I loved it. And it fit him just like it fit me. Too fucking big, and it was. I used to love that shirt, man. I used to love that shirt.
By the way, in the reality of this scene, if I walk into a club and Meagan Good and Ryan
and
Destiny are standing there, here's who I'm not facing.
Right.
I'm like, excuse me, Meagan Good, how are you? Like, get out of here. But this dude is it's not a good guy. Turns out.
No, he's not.
So Micah meets Grace in the club.
God, no. No.
He's got the same haircut.
That guy's the same haircut. The fuck? A one all the way around?
I mean, look, it's more than I got.
Got no facial hair.
Yeah, he's got no facial hair, and I can't not have facial hair.
No, you look like a 12-year-old kid.
Yeah, I showed a picture of my wife. I showed a picture to my wife of me with no facial hair, and she was just like, "Nope, don't do that with me."
Really?
Yeah, she was like, "No, don't do it." I was like, "Well, I might make a mistake." When I went as show enough,
I might make a mistake. No, don't make.
When I went as show enough last Halloween, show enough has a Fu Manchu.
Yeah.
And it was, we almost had a legit argument about the fact that I gave myself a Fu Manchu. She was not happy with it.
That's funny.
All right, well, 2 weeks. She was like, all right, nigga, 2 weeks. Like,
oh damn.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do?
I'll just sit on the couch then.
Yep.
2 weeks? Wait, what?
Takes 2 weeks for my facial hair to go back. She was like, well, guess what ain't happening until 2 weeks from now.
God damn.
Yeah, well,
She feels very strongly about it.
That's ridiculous.
You're not attractive with a Fu Manchu. Like, all right.
Like, you don't want all this? Like, girl, I'm the Shogun of Harlem. I don't know if you know this.
The Shogun of Silver Spring, girl.
That's ridiculous.
Never to be challenged, I'm sure.
So yeah, Grace stumbles into the house. She sees Lisa and Food Stamp Santa all hugged up, and
Kobe Bryant, like, what are you doing?
And Lisa trying to pull rank, like, I'm the mom, and what are you doing? And she was like, and Grace is like, fuck you, like, oh, you trying to act like a real mother in front of Saber Point 2.0.
Yeah, she really does have a type.
She does have a type, man. And they get into, and Saber's like, yo, fuck this.
No, dude was like, I smashed.
I gotta wake up in the morning. I'm gone.
Like, dude, it is the morning.
Right.
Like, that was the funny thing. I gotta wake up in the morning. I'm like, it's 8 a.m., dog. What are you talking about?
They get into a physical fight, and Lisa tells Grace that if you want to go, you can go. So Grace goes.
Yeah.
She's eventually found by Matt.
Charlemagne the God. Hold on, let me try to walk out here.
She's found by Matt, and Matt takes her to his place. Matt is worried about her, and she calls him out on his obsession with her. She's like,
yo, this was fucked up, dude. Like, my man thought he was like, this is finally happening. She's like, you're obsessed with me. Fuck out of here. I was like, yo, you gonna make out with this guy a little bit, get this guy's balls as blue as fucking Smurfs, and then just bounce? Like, come on, that's fucked up. It's fucked up. Anyway.
That was fucked up, man. And she was just like, basically like, stop being a creep, nigga.
Yeah, I mean, look, she's not wrong, but I gotta say her actions here are pretty shitty.
Yeah, it was pretty fucked up what she did.
The next day, Matt tells Grace that he didn't go to college because he wanted to stay and protect her.
Ew,
like
dude.
Some fucking white knight. This is what I see when people white knight on the internet.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to protect you because you're too weak.
Well, yeah.
You can't do anything for yourself.
Well, that's what it is.
That's what white knighting is, folks.
Yeah, it's because you actually look down on women because you think they're weak. That's true.
Right. Isn't that why you don't open doors for women?
I don't. I open doors for everybody.
Do you?
I do actually. I do.
All right.
Open doors?
No, I don't go and open doors. I hold the door open.
Like, it
Oh,
depends
okay.
on how far you are away from the door. If you're too far away, fuck
Yeah,
that.
no, I don't do that. Fuck that.
But if you're close to the door and you're
Yeah, hold the door open for
us-
everybody. You mean like walk around a car and open the door for people?
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
fuck
that.
Hell no.
I don't care if you have a dick or
All right,
vagina
what if you-
or both.
What if you are walking? What if you are walking into a store, and do you make sure that you are ahead of her so that you open the door for her?
Yeah, most times for my wife, not for anybody else. I don't give a fuck about them.
Oh yeah, no. Oh,
fuck,
strangers.
make 'em burn.
Fuck strangers.
Yeah,
Fuck out of here.
no, and then
Like, if they're ahead of me and they open the door, I'll just hold it open.
like and
I don't be like, hold up, wait, let me get in front of you.
no, I don't. Yeah, I don't do all that. Like
Time for all that
because my wife is
Not even for your wife.
what, like run ahead of her?
Yeah,
No,
like
I don't run ahead of her. That's
if you are a step behind her, do you?
I no,
pick it up?
yeah, I try to get there, but my wife, being the independent woman that she is, will be like, "Nah, nigga." And then, she's like, "I got it." I'm like, "All right." She doesn't say nigga because she's not, but it's implied. I think
I'd like to say I'd like to think she does.
in her head she does.
It's like, nah, nigga, I got this. Like,
Like, yo, wait. I mean, we came together on Raven-Symone. She way too old for this movie. We're like, don't do that. Like, you haven't even seen the Jamie Foxx show. You ain't even know who Fancy was. Get the fuck out of here. You don't have nigga privileges. Get out of here.
Grace tells Matt to stop being a fucking creep. Don't worry about my life. Worry about your own life. You fucking loser.
Yeah, and by the way, thanks for the ride to school. Bitch, if you don't get out of my face. Oh, I'm the creep loser? Cool. Now walk your ass in 6-inch heels. Walk your stripper ass up to school. Fuck out of here.
And that's it for Matt. He's gone.
Oh, well, he has directing
rest
to
of the
do.
movie.
He has directing to do.
Does he?
shit.
I mean, he's got to stand behind the camera.
I mean, he's
Like, we have a director here, right?
we
Same idea. You're doing a great job.
What's his name? Patton Oswalt has a joke about directors and editors, and that men are usually directors and women are usually the editors, because men just shoot their fucking their celluloid jizz all over the place, and it's up to the woman to figure out what to do.
That's pretty goddamn funny.
And if you look, like,
And clearly they didn't have a female editor for this movie. 'cause
right.
None of this made
This
sense.
this shit is a fucking bukkake of nonsense.
It is. It is.
So Grace finds Cher at Billy's little hangout poker spot, and they all get high, and Grace makes out with one of Billy's dirty ass white boyfriends.
Hold. They smoke weed. There's like a montage of them doing weed, smoking weed, and then are they doing crack? Is that
Yo, that's fucking crack. Come on, yo, fuck this movie,
Yo,
man.
my wife was like, "Were they just doing crack?" I was like, "No, that's not
Fuck
crack."
this movie,
I was like,
man.
"That was like probably a bong." No, you
Is
don't
it
really
a
light.
bong?
You don't light the bong by holding it in your hand and lighting under the glass.
No,
That's not how that works.
Fuck this movie, man.
Nah, dude, that's crack.
Yo, I'm saying it's crack.
I'm pretty sure that's crack.
Anyway,
They're doing. She was smoking that glass dick. Get out of here.
at work, Lisa realizes that she is 100% pure grade A ain't shit as a mom. And then we get a scene of Cher's grandmother dying. Okay.
Like, yeah, like what?
All
Yeah,
right.
I didn't understand the significance of that.
Me neither. Because
I guess it's like, hey, when you're fucking skeevy dudes and doing
And
crack,
smoking crack in a fucking.
crack den, sometimes your grandma dies.
Oh, God.
It doesn't make sense.
Yo, we got like 6 sentences left. I just got to get through this shit.
Well, we find out
Grace,
Lisa breaks down at the back of her job. You have that?
yeah, she's ain't shit. She realizes that she ain't shit. Congratulations.
Yeah.
And her stupid coworker's like, oh, have faith. Have faith that your ain't shitness will wear off. It won't.
But I love that. I just realized I'm a bad mother. Yeah. You are one.
Yeah.
You're terrible.
Stupid ass. Grace goes on a date with Patrick, the guy she met at the club, and this nigga rapes Grace.
No, this nigga holds her down while she gets raped by like 8 dudes.
And then Grace is raped by a pack of niggers.
Oh shit! Mel Gibson.
She
was
gets
right.
Mel Gibsoned.
This is what Mel Gibson warned
Yo,
his girlfriend about.
yo.
Look, only scumbag niggas have parties in motels.
Yeah, and yo, I can't I don't
Ew.
understand the mentality of a gangbang. Like I just
All the porn you've watched, you don't understand the mentality of it.
no, I don't.
It's not my.
That's not my thing.
It's not my preference.
No, not at all. Not really. No, not at all.
I mean, not really.
Hey guys, let's fucking just stand out here with our dicks in our hands and rape a girl. Like what the fuck?
So he goes, "Hey, my friends and I are having a party in this hotel. Oh, we can stay out here if you want." She's like, "Nah, cool. We're going inside the hotel." He goes into the hotel room or their motel room,
And there's
there's
all
nobody there.
There's all dudes.
No. At first,
Yeah, there's
there's
nobody
no
there.
one there. I'd have been like, "What the fuck is?" No, I'm ready to go. Let's go.
I
This is not a party.
Mm.
And then they come out the bathroom. So there's a bunch of niggas sitting in the bathroom waiting for him to bring this chick in. Like,
Fucking taking their Viagra and getting themselves fluffed up.
what the fuck? What is the mentality?
Because rape is bad and we have to show that these guys are evil. So let's just go to the lowest hanging fruit possible and make them all rapists.
But yes, I mean that's obvious, right? But my question is, what is the mentality behind enjoying this?
I don't know.
I don't fucking get it.
Yeah, I don't.
Hey, yeah, we're all going to get some. I'm like, you know what's really great about sex? When the other person is into it,
Yeah,
not when they're like, "Please stop raping me."
I don't
get
like
it.
that. I'm a giver. I don't like taking shit.
Yeah, this is fucking.
It just bothers me. I don't understand that.
And this is that entire like rape culture shit. Like if I'm getting some, like my homie's got to get some too. Like I don't.
Ain't no fun if the homies getting had none.
Like
Fuck that, yo.
Yeah, no,
I
dog.
would rather it just be me.
Yeah, get your own girl. Like homie,
Yeah.
like get the fuck out of here. Like I don't get it, and I don't get it in this film. What the point of it was in the film, and I don't get it in the mentality of guys who do shit like this. No. I find it absolutely abhorrent. Like I really do. It's the type of thing in a movie where if someone had walked in, now there's something like similar to what I'm about to say that kind of happens, but if someone had walked in with a gun and shot every one of them in the head, I would have no problem with that. I'd be like, that seems about right. That would if the Punisher walked in, I'd be like, thanks for coming, Frank. Now please continue doing what you do best.
Yeah, I wouldn't have any.
I just I do not understand. Just as a quick aside, I do not understand reading these stories and the sexual allegations and all this other stuff. And I put allegations in quotes because look, in the words of 50 Cent, he did that shit guilty as fuck, right? I don't understand why there are so many men who treat women as if they're not even human beings. I just don't get it. That shit I read about Brett Ratner and the shit he said to Ellen Page, I'm like,
I didn't even finish.
who has the balls to say this shit? He's like, yeah, why don't you fuck this? Why don't you go fuck this chick so you can prove that she's gay? Like he said that to her, another fucking adult. What is wrong with you? Yeah, Meagan Good should have shot every one of these niggas in the head.
I thought she was. So Cher apologizes for not being there for Grace and Val's revenge. They roll up on the motel and threaten to kill the rapists. We cut to Grace running home. Then we cut to Cher being arrested. No one's dead, unfortunately. See, this is okay, if you're going to give a somewhat silly resolution to this rape,
Right.
because it's silly. If you're going to give somewhat of a silly resolution to it, we don't at least get a fucking payoff?
Yeah. Just put a bullet in that dude in the bathroom, at least.
Right. We don't get a payoff. And
The payoff was them getting arrested. I guess. I don't know. But she got arrested too.
she got arrested too.
Who called the cops?
I just don't the
Somebody-
white girl that was in the shower with Patrick.
Okay.
I just don't
These niggas are
understand.
wildin'.
I just don't understand like the choices in this movie.
Yeah.
They're just this movie is all over the place, man. And anyway, the next day, we cut to the three main leads, Lisa, Grace, and Cher, at the police station, and Cher gets taken away. I guess she made bond for
Bail,
whatever. I don't know. I'm not a criminal individual. And the next day, Cher is leaving, and she gives Grace a note, and we end with Grace reading the poem in English class about her life. I wasn't gonna clip that out, but I was too through with this movie. Fuck it. I don't like this movie. I think it is incredibly pretentious, and it thinks so highly of itself, and it really, really is not that good.
Yeah, I would argue that's probably true.
1.5 went down.
Damn.
I got a headache. I had a headache just thinking about that scene, like that turning point scene with all the fights and the suicide and all the flashbacks and flashbacks and flash forwards with flashbacks for some strange fucking reason. This movie's not good. And I'm sorry if you watched it in preparation for this episode.
I'm sure someone liked it.
I'm sure somebody did.
I didn't.
I thought it was okay.
Like it just like after we still don't know what the fuck happened in that sequence.
No.
At all.
That was literally the Metal Gear Solid moment for this podcast. Nothing made any sense, and we forgot who the characters were. That is it for episode 119. I can assure you, episode 120 is we already know what the movie is, and it's going to be pretty stellar. I have no doubt. It is done, just to give you an idea. You can think about it. It is by the same director who did, probably I would argue, is easily one of our favorite episodes, and I think it's one of our best episodes we've ever done. So, same director. It's a new movie, so go out there and read, figure it out. But we'll be back next week with another preview episode for episode 120. So, we'll see you guys next time.
See you.
Take it easy.
Bye.
We out.